Good morning, ladies. Welcome back. You know, it's that time of year. Fall is here, and it's one of my favorite times of year here in Michigan because of the fall colors and all the trees. I just love it. One of the bad things, though, for me here in Michigan in the fall is it really gets my allergies, and I keep watching the weather, and every day the little pollen counter on the weather station says high pollen. So if I sound a little scratchy, it's just because my allergies are acting up a little bit. But because it is fall, your makeup or my makeup changes. My skincare changes a little bit and starts to move towards what I would use in the winter and get things that are a little bit more emollient. And my faux tan is wearing off, so the color of my foundation changes a little bit. But most importantly, my eyeshadows change. And I thought I would do a quick get ready with me using one of my favorite palettes that I love in the fall because it just inspires me by all the colors. In the summertime, I go a little bit lighter and brighter, and you don't go as smoky. But when it comes to winter and fall, your colors change and you get a little bit more smoky and you try different colors that you wouldn't normally do in the summer. So first thing I'm going to do is pin my hair back. I think I got sunscreen in it. So, and we're going to prep our eyes. Today I'm going to use the eye primer by Hard Candy. I love this. You can find this at Walmart. This and the Milani are my two favorite drugstore eyeshadow primers. Both of them will keep your eyeshadow on all day. This one looks like it has a little bit of color, but it doesn't really give you a little bit of color, but it's nice and smooth. I have already done my brows off camera just to save a little bit of time. And let that soak in. And while it is soaking in, I am going to pull up the palette that I'm going to use. I am going to use one of my favorite fall palettes, and that's the Natasha Denona My Dream palette. I love this palette for fall. Look at these colors. They just are, if anything speaks fall, this does, with these little bit of oranges and maroons and the browns and just the colors that just, to me, speak fall. And a lot of my palettes for fall have this kind of tones for autumn because they remind me of what autumn is all about. So let's get started. I'm going to grab my VK Beauty brush, and the first color that I'm going to go into is Unity. Let me find that. And that's right here in the middle. This is a little bit of a peachy undertone to it, which reminds me again of those nice fall colors. And I'm just going to use that as my transition shade. And as we all know, Natasha Denona has got wonderful, excuse me, shadows. Her mattes just blend amazingly. I know they are expensive, but watch for sales. They're now at Ulta, so if you have your Ulta Rewards program, I love to save up points, and then you can actually take your points and buy a Natasha Denona palette. As you just keep buying throughout the year, I love to do things like that. And then it's coming up to Christmas, all the holiday things. When I'm taping this, it'll go out about 2 or 3 weeks after I tape it. But the Sephora sale was the October 25th through November 2nd, I think it was. And I'm not sure if this is going to be up before or after that. But Ulta, Sephora, they always have sales. So watch for your sales when you can get them. Use your reward points. You know, if you shop there all the time, use your reward points and get what you can out of them. Okay, I'm going to go into my next brush down. And I am going to go into this one right here. Familia, I guess it is. And that's even a little bit more orange. And I'm going to put this in my outer edge right here. When you put it on, it doesn't look quite as orange on my lid as it did in the pan. I'm bringing this just slightly deeper into my crease. And I'm doing one of my favorite things. I'd like to just sort of wing it up a little. I'm stopping. I'm making like an edge, which we are going to go back later and crisp it up. And then I'm going to take my first brush again and I'm going to blend it out. And I know you're probably thinking, well, I just did a video on what color eyeshadows look good. And as I said, I always try to wear the colors that look best with my skin tones and everything. But if you have blue eyes, as I've said in my previous video, anything that's like in the pinks or red or oranges, they do make blue eyes pop. So this is going to make my eyes pop. I don't go super, super orange because it doesn't go as well with my skin tone. So I try to find that compromise and mix colors together where I'm going to get a color on my eyes. It's going to make my eyes pop, but it's not going to be too harsh or too contrasting for my skin tone because I do have cooler or pinker undertones. Okay, then I'm going to take, I thought I brought it up, but I guess I grabbed the wrong brush. So I'm going to use the same brush. I'm going to go into Aspiration, which is this darker brown right down here. And I am going to deepen this even just a little bit more because this is where we like to get the smoky colors. Love these colors in fall. And by putting this brown over, it's taking a little bit of the orange coloring and diffusing it, just making this a little bit deeper. So I'm still going to have that orange color, but it's not like super, super orange, if that makes any sense. And then again, we're going to go back with our big brush and we're going to blend. Because we always want soft lines. Love that. We're going to, like I said, we're going to clean up the edges and everything. And then I'm going to put my favorite color, and if any of you remember this, this is called Vision. It's upside down. You can't read the writing, but up here, the one that's called, this down here is called Vision, and it looks pink, but it is a like duo or triochrome, and let me see if I can put a little bit on my hand here. And when I put it on my hand, you can see it's pink, but you can see it changes colors. See how it changes sort of green and yellow and pink. I love this. This is like one of my favorite ones that changes different colors. So it's going to bring out pinks and greens, and I'm going to put that on my center lid. And this is just going to be the coolest thing. This is one of my favorite colors in this palette. So when I look one way, I'm going to look like I have pink. When I look another way, it's going to change green. It's just, and people are going to be like, what are you wearing on your lids? And I just love duo and triochromes. And then I'm going to take this light color here called Spontaneous, and I'm just going to put a little bit of this in my inner corner. And this is like a cream to powder formula, and I love that. Just to brighten up that inner corner. Okay. I am going to pause this for just a second, and I'm going to put some mascara on and some eyeliner, and I'll be right back. Okay, I put some eyeliner on, tight-lined my eyes, and put a little bit of mascara on, and this is the eye look. So I'm going to go ahead now, and I'm just going to quickly do the rest of my makeup. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a Q-tip and just straighten out that little edge right there, just slightly. And then I'm going to get my concealer out. The concealer I'm using is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. For concealer, I'm going to use the number 7, Restore and Renew. This is really good for drier, mature skin. And I just brought off a little e.l.f. foundation brush. This is more of a medium coverage. It's definitely not a full coverage foundation, but it's nice and light and it feels good on your skin. I like that. Let me just, a little spot. I have a little hyperpigmentation spot that's like veins that I don't quite know how I got, but it's been there for years and it just, it's red, so that's a little bit harder to cover. And then I'm just going to go in and press everything in real quickly with the sponge, lightly. You don't want to press too hard with your sponge because if you do, you're just going to take it off. You're just trying to tap it so it will tap it in, but not remove. Okay, I am not much of a powder person, but if I do use powder, I've said it before, I do love the Bye Bye's Pores Pressed Powder Foundation because this does not have talc in it. I believe it has mica. Well, it doesn't say it on here, but I know it is talc free. So I do really like that. And I'm just going to take this bigger, this is a bigger, it's by Morphe. It's their M451. It's nice and soft, and I'm just going to get a little bit on the brush, tap off the excess, and then just put a little bit under my eyes to set my eyes, and my concealer, and then we're going to press it in. And then I did bring a little puff up, and I'm just going to do a little bit on my nose and around my mouth, just to set this a little bit. And just touch on my forehead. Okay, like that so far. Look at the finish on this foundation. I just love it. It is great for mature skin. It's not emphasizing any texture or pores. And I love that about the Bye Bye Pores powder as well. Press just what's left on here, I'll just press in. Because it doesn't have talc, it's not drying and it's not going to show all the texture. Now, for bronzer, I did bring up 2 different things. I brought up my contour. I brought up my e.l.f. Halo Glow Contour, and then I brought up my L'Oreal. I'm trying to do things that are a little bit mixed. I know, but the palette was a little bit more expensive, so I tried to pick my other products that were mostly drugstore. I know the Bye Bye Pores isn't, but I tried to pick a little bit more economical products for you because not everyone can afford to do, and I know I can't always afford to do all high-end stuff all the time either. So we're going to do our e.l.f. here. And again, we always want to do under our chin. I'm going to grab my favorite brush and just blend it in. What a difference contouring underneath your chin. I mean, I'm 63, so I'm starting to get things. I have said before in one of my other videos, I love doing my gua sha in the morning, and I think that helps a lot. And I do have a microcurrent device, which I haven't been using as much as I should this summer. I think with everything that happened in the spring with me breaking my arm and just a lot of things, daughter's wedding and everything, I have not been as diligent as far as doing that, so I need to get back onto doing that as well too. And then for my bronzer, and as I've said, your bronzer is always a warmer color, and I like to use bronzer just up top where the sun would shine, and maybe, you know, just any place you want to give a little bit of extra color to your skin. So that's always nice, but you don't want, if you've got a larger forehead and you're trying to contour and put a shadowing here, you could use your contour. That's when you would use your contour there, but I'm not trying to bring my forehead down, so I just use a bronzer up there. Then for blush, I brought up my Rare Beauty, and the color that I picked for fall, if I could read it, is Encourage, and I love this. I love this color. It's a little bit deeper. It's not like the brighter pink colors. It's more of a mauve-y color. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit on the back of my hand, because we know a little bit goes a long way. And it's still in my cooler tones, but it's not necessarily a warm color. Ooh. And you can see, and I'm just doing this first. I'm going to blend it all in. You can see how pigmented this is. And no need to worry about that, because I am going to use my sponge and take off the excess. And I know on the camera it doesn't look like it's super bright. It's definitely brighter in person with what I'm seeing, but I wanted to get it on here. And I still have a bunch on my hand. And then I'm just going to take, and I'm going to press around the edges. The one thing I love about this, as you get older, I love using cream products, and I would recommend that to anybody who has dry skin. But these Rare Beauty blushes, they're very concentrated, but they last. They just last all day, and they feel so good on your skin. And look at that beautiful color. I just love it, and they're going to last all day. And we are meeting some friends for an early dinner. Really early dinner. We're meeting them at 3. They're picking us up at 3, and we're going to go to dinner. So they're used to having a little bit earlier dinner. I eat it during the week. I eat it at like 8 o'clock at night. So I'm game to eat, whatever time it works out. So with that, I am going to run downstairs, fix my hair, come back. We'll do some lips, and we'll be done. Okay, I'm back. My hair is partially done, and I'll explain that. I didn't put any hairspray or anything in it. Just sort of did it because I have to walk my dogs in just a minute, and my mascara's flaking. Okay, not crazy about that. I have a feeling my hair is going to get smushed down, so I'm going to have to redo it. So I thought, you know what, I'm just not even going to put hairspray or anything in there. So let's see if I can. Well, I tried a different mascara today, and it's already flaking. I cannot believe this. So we'll see how it performs, and we'll see what happens in my next favorites and fails. I'll list and link everything that I used down in the bottom for you, so you can find it easily, and it will be easy to go to the different links to get it. So let's finish up our look real quick, and then I'll tell you what I think. This is a NYX pencil. This is called Los Angeles, and it's more of a, oops, I think the first thing I got to do is take off all my lip conditioner. I actually put a lip plumper on, and then after that was on for about 10 to 15 minutes, I put something hydrating on my lips, because I noticed that they were very, very dry. I'm just sort of blending that in. And I like this color in the fall because it's sort of a brown, but it's like a maroony brown. sorry about that. 2 dogs. This is what happens when you have 2 dogs. And again, I'm going to use one of my Lipstick Queen mascaras. Not on my lips. And this is called Saint Mauve. But it's a little bit deeper mauve. But it's not too deep because I don't want to get too dramatic on my lips because I did more of a fun dramatic look on my eyes. So this is the completed look. I think this just speaks fall by volumes. I love the colors on my eyes. You know, I love all those berry and burgundy and pinks and sometimes some orange tones on my eyes because they are going to make my blue eyes pop a lot more. If you can see that, I think that they do make my eyes pop a lot more. And the tones are fine with my skin tone because I didn't go too orange on them, but they're just bringing out nice fall colors. This is a palette I would recommend for anyone if you're looking for a good fall palette. And in fact, one of my next upcoming videos is going to be on my 10 favorite palettes that I'm loving right now for fall. I have a lot of palettes. I probably have almost 100 eyeshadow palettes, if not more, because of what I do. Before I even started doing this YouTube channel, I was buying eyeshadow palettes all the time because I just love it. I love makeup. But now I like to try the new ones that come out just because it's part of what I do, to test them and try them out for you. But I love doing it, and I probably would do it anyway. So, you know, that it is what it is. But this is one of my favorite ones that I love for fall because look at the colors. And look at the shifting in the duochrome in the Natasha Denona one. As I move my head around and my eyes, I love that color that changes colors. Nice soft colors on my cheeks in that, but I did more of a mauvey berry tone on my cheeks to bring in and coordinate with my eyes a little bit more, and the same thing with my lips. So this whole look will coordinate together, but it just, to me, speaks fall. Now, I don't know if I can put my glasses on or not because I don't want them to glare, and they are going to glare, so, but that's why I got the glasses that I got with the clear frames, because I love to show off my eyes, and you can still see them through, and I am sorry for the glare, so I'll take them back off. They got a blue light. They got the blue light tint on them, so. Was that you barking? Was that you, little stinker? Someone's coming in to see me now that he's barked. Come here, Loki, come up here. Come on. He's just being a little stinker. They're bored and they want to go for their walk, so I'm going to end up having to do that quickly. But I just wanted to thank you again so much for joining me today, and I do hope that you enjoyed this video. I do hope that while you are here, you will remember to hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and share this video with a friend. Thank you so much for joining me. Go out and have a wonderful, blessed day, and I'll see you again in the next video.